Hi everyone and welcome to Deakin College. Today we will have an information session regarding our Masters Qualifying Program, also known as MQP. Leading today's presentation will be Jonathan Pura and Jeff Skolnick, our Academic Manager and Academic Coordinator. Before I do pass over to them though, just a little bit of housekeeping to get underway. Whilst the guys are presenting today, if you do have any questions, they can be answered either via the Q&A section on the menu, or alternatively, you can put it in the chat function to our panelists. We do have panelists here today to answer your questions, but if anything is unable to be answered by us, we will wait until the end for Jeff and Jonathan to be able to answer them for you. So I won't hold you up any longer. I'll pass over to Jonathan, who I believe is going to start today's presentation.
Thanks, Dan, and good afternoon to everyone. Thank you for your time and for joining us here for this information session. So my name is Jonathan. I'm the Academic Manager at Deakin College, and I will be joined, as Dan said, by Jeff Skolnick, who's our Academic Coordinator for the Diploma of Business and also does manage the MQP program. So hopefully the information we provide today will be informative for you and will provide you with the relevant, content that you need. So just going through today's topics, as you can see, we'll talk more about the general information about the program, how it's offered and how it works. Then Jeff will take you through the units of study, which is very important depending on your destination master's program. And then there'll be some FAQs, and then hopefully if you've got any questions, that'll be a good time to ask, or as Dan said, to put them in the chat function. Thanks. Okay, so Masters Qualifying Program, I will read from most of the slides, but add content and information where it is necessary. So as you can see there, it is a very high quality pathway program into Masters courses at Deakin University. The Deakin University Masters programs are seen as very strong and well recognised within the marketplace, and very well recognised, of course, within the Australian tertiary sector. And the MQP program is really designed to give students a very good preparation for what it's going to be like to be a master's student by providing them with the full content of 2 discipline-based units, and then prepares them for skill-based learning with some English language content as well. So again, the MQP, and Jeff will talk more about this as we move forward, but the master's program that you wish to enroll in will have a determining impact on the subjects that you choose with us at Deakin College. So it's a pretty short sort of program. It's 1 trimester, and that's 4 months. So our next intake, as you're probably well aware, is in October. So I think we commence on the 28th of October, and with the studying period over 12 weeks and with a mid-trimester break and so on and so forth, it goes for about 4 months. And the students take 4 units in this trimester. So as I said, 2 discipline-based units, and those can be, I guess again, we'll discuss those a bit more, and then 2 skill-based units. And this is designed to help you integrate more easily into the full master's program by providing you with a lot of information and skills around referencing, citing, English language, necessary component of a postgraduate student. With us, the discipline-based units, they could be things like finance, economics, accounting, management, and an analytics unit, which all have their own core place within a master's program. So to be eligible for one of the postgraduate programs, you must successfully complete 2, as we said, the discipline-based and the skill-based. There's just some more information there. If you're doing an MBA in healthcare management, there's also, you have to successfully complete the MQP plus 3 years of managerial professional work experience. If you're doing a Masters of International Accounting, you must have successfully completed all MQP units and achieved a weighted average mark of a 65% or above. So what that means is that if you're doing 4 units, then the mark that you receive for each one is added together and then divided by 4 to receive your average. And so 65 is a credit, so you need a credit or above for all 4 in order to move successfully into the Master of International Accounting. And the Master of Professional Accounting and Law and Master of Professional Accounting and Finance, again, you have to complete the MQP, but this time a minimum weighted average mark or a WAM of 60% in the discipline units there. So that's just the discipline units, the ones that the economics or the finance or the analytics ones, not so much the skill-based units, which is the language and the research and referencing skills. So we move on to the online content at Deakin College. Obviously at the moment, we would all love to be on campus, and it would be great to have you in Melbourne and studying with us at Deakin College. However, that's not possible for a number of reasons. And so we have worked tirelessly over the last 6 months to provide an engaging and encompassing and immersive experience for our students studying online. And we continue to improve and enhance with professional development for our teachers and our staff to make sure that the experience is one that the students see as offering them value. So with our online classes, we use a learning management system called Moodle. And sorry, before we get into that, you have your student, your Deakin College student portal, as you can see there, which is displayed, and you see on those tiles, there's all sorts of things that you can view, your timetable, results, student hub, but then that largest one with the image there is the Moodle, and that is our learning management system. So you click through there into that, and we'll show you a few, I guess, screenshots of that in just a moment. And then what occurs is that the students will go into the relevant unit. So if you are doing, say, finance, you go into there, and all relevant materials like lecture slides, lecture notes, activities, assessments are there. But also we have links to our classes on Zoom where you do 4 hours per week, divided into 2 by 2 hour classes with the teacher in your in your groups. So depending on the number of students in the class, then that is who will be in your Zoom class with you and the teacher. And you can only access the links to your enrolled class. So if there are 2 classes, for example, in NPM 701, but you're enrolled in the one from Monday at 11 o'clock and Wednesday 1:30, you only see those links, and so do the other students. So it doesn't create overcrowding in the classroom, and the students get the best experience they can from an online platform. So you see here, this is just an example, and this is what you see on the left there, that picture. That would be your Moodle, that would be your Moodle site. You can see, and all the units that you're enrolled in would come up. So you wouldn't see every unit that Deakin College offers, but you'd see the ones that you're enrolled in. And for example, if we take here business analytics, you click through to business analytics, if that's the unit you're enrolled in, and then the subheading of online classroom with the teacher, in this case, it's Delaney. And you can see there's a link there, very clearly identifiable. It says class 1, gives the time, so you know that you're in the right class. And all you have to do is click on the Zoom link and you join a Zoom meeting just as you would with any other Zoom meeting. The teacher is there, and we have found over the last 6 months that engagement on the whole is very, very positive. Attendance is strong, and performance at the moment for students, not just at the MQP level, but at the diploma and foundation level, is at a very strong level for, relevant to our courses. We are seeing an improvement in pass rates. We're seeing students progress to Deakin University in more numbers than we have in other periods. So it's really strong. And as I said, we're continuing to enhance the experience for all students. Again, this is just another screenshot from Moodle. And you can see here, this would be, this is just a diploma unit because it's marketing and it's not offered at the MQP level. But as you can see here, you've got your weeks clearly identifiable, all right? You've got activities that you would do before the class, for example, some reading or maybe a worksheet. Then activities to do during the class, such as lecture slide or other lecture slides there and other, I guess, activities that you'll do in the class. And then to reinforce the content, there are activities to do after class. Perhaps you could watch the recording, or you could do, there's homework that needs to be done. And each week is divided up very clearly with the topic and the week. And then obviously you would have all the content relevant to that week within that Moodle site. So we have, as I said, we've worked very hard on improving our online experience. And that's not just in terms of teaching in the classroom, but we continue to offer and expand our offering around support network. So one of the key differences I think that we provide is that our teachers are readily available, accessible, and are willing to provide support to our students, when needed, whether it's during the class or outside the class times. We've got scheduled Zoom drop-in times for student consultations. Students can request a consultation outside of those times. And in most cases, if the teacher is not teaching and it's during office hours, then the student will be allocated a time that suits them. As I said, students are free to stay on Zoom and ask questions, either written or verbal, throughout that period. We also have academic learning advisors available for workshops and one-on-one assistance. So a learning advisor is someone that perhaps can help you with planning how to study, how to learn the content without being discipline specific. So your teacher is the expert in the discipline, whereas the learning advisor is someone that can really assist you in getting into that study mindset and improving your techniques to perform at a high level. We also have student learning mentors, and these are past or actual current students at Deakin College who have performed exceptionally well. They need to receive an overall grade above 80 to become a student learning mentor for the subjects that they've done. And they are available to help with with students on a one-to-one basis in units that the student learning mentor will nominate. So for example, Jeff may be a student who's performed very well in economics, and he makes himself available for other students to, I guess, consult with and assist in economics because that is his level of expertise. So the support is very strong, and Deakin College is committed to our student support and ensuring, as I said before, the experience is one that is positive throughout your time with us. At the moment, with assessments and exams, we have, each unit has assessments, obviously. Those could be online quizzes, tests, oral presentations, and those are uploaded to Moodle via a program called Turn It In, which checks for similarity and academic integrity. And then teachers will help you to develop the skills throughout the trimester, which are needed to successfully pass your assessment. Not just pass, but to perform at a very high level. At the moment, we have exams in all but one of the MQP units. There's been a slight change to this trimester. I believe finance is not a 2.5 hour exam. It is a slightly different assessment, but for management and accounting and economics and analytics, they're all 2-hour exams. Okay, so I will pass you on to Jeff now. And if you have any queries or questions that we can help you with afterwards, Jeff will give you some time. Thanks, Jeff.
Great, thanks, Jonathan. Hello, everybody. I'm the academic coordinator for the program, the MQP program. And I'm going to go through some more detailed bits and pieces about enrolling in units. So if I could just go back to that, no, that's right, that's the, no, one more, if you go back, that's it, perfect, thank you. That's the one. Thank you very much. So to do your the units in the MQP program, you're required over the 4 months to complete 4 credit point units. So they're made up of 2 skill-based units, as Jonathan mentioned before, and 2 discipline-based units. which all of them are worth 1 credit point each. So there's 4 altogether. Plus there's on the very bottom of the screen, you'll see a 0 credit point unit, which is called academic integrity. So it doesn't have any credit points, but you are required to complete that that unit as well as part of the other 4 units that you're doing with us at Deakin College. So the 2 discipline skills-based units, the academic and intercultural communications for postgraduate studies, and academic writing and research skills development for postgraduate studies. Over the next number of pages, you'll be seeing those 2 units appearing on every single slide for units that you're going to go into when you're choosing your particular master's program. The other units, there are 2 discipline-based units you'll be choosing out of the 5 below that that will be part of your master's program. So depending on which master's program you're going to be choosing, you will choose 2 of those. So I'm going to go to the next number of slides. We'll show the 13. There are 13 different master's programs, and you'll be choosing one of these master's programs, and therefore you'll be choosing these particular units. So if I go to this slide here, the first one, the Master of Information Systems, you'll see, as I mentioned, the 2 academic skill-based units on the top, and then for this particular course, there are 2 discipline-based units required for this course here. So foundation skills in data analysis and business process management. And the other master's program, Master of Business Sports Management, I'll just focus on the discipline-based units. There's economics for management and business process management. If we go over to the next page, you will see there's a Master of International Finance. There's also sometimes a student may choose not to do the master's. They may choose just to do the graduate diploma of international finance or a graduate diploma program. So some of these programs do offer that as well as the master's program. So the discipline-based units for the international finance program is economics for managers and finance, and the Master of Business Administration International. The discipline-based units are business process management. And you have a choice in this particular one. You can either choose economics for managers or foundation skills in data analysis. Now you may have a question about which of those units shall I do. We will be having an enrolment session coming up on the 14th of October, and in that session there'll be time for you to perhaps to discuss that with one of the participants, one of us in the room, in the Zoom room that will be enrolling you in. I'll go on to the next slide now. So we have the Master of Commerce and the Graduate Diploma of Commerce. So in this case here, again, you have a choice. First of all, you need to do accounting, and you can either choose economics for managers or the finance unit. In the Master of Business Analytics, you need to do business process management and foundation skills in data analysis. The Master of International Accounting, you do have a choice again. So there's under the discipline-based units, you need to do accounting and finance or economics for managers. And the Master of Marketing or Graduate Diploma of Marketing, economics for managers. And again, you have a choice of either business process management or foundation skills in data analysis. The Master of Professional Accounting and Finance, if you're doing this particular one, you'll need to do accounting and finance as your discipline-based units. If you're choosing to do Master of Professional Accounting, it'll be the graduate or the Graduate Diploma of Professional Accounting. You'll do accounting and either choose economics for managers or finance. The Master of Professional Accounting and Law and Graduate Diploma of Professional Accounting and Law, you need to do accounting, and you have a second choice of finance or economics for managers. And the Master of Business Administration and Graduate Diploma of Business Administration, you have a number of choices for this particular program: business process management or foundation skills in data analysis. And your second unit, economics for managers or finance. And I think this is the final Masters. I think we're up to number 13. Master of Business Administration, Healthcare Management. You need to do business process management and economics for managers or foundation skills in data analysis. So they are all your master's programs. And so, as I said before, depending on the master's program you're choosing, they will be the units that you need to do. So I mentioned before the academic integrity unit, so this zero-based unit that you need to do as well. So this is a unit, I would encourage you to do this at the beginning of the trimester before you start getting other pieces of work from your teachers. It's a 3-hour online unit that you'll need to do. So what happens is you go through a lesson, go through the lessons, and then at the end of the lesson, you do a quiz, and you need to get 13 out of 15 to pass the quiz. And you can do the quiz as many times as you like. If you don't get it the first time, you can do it again. And so do it as many times as you like. Hopefully you can do it maybe just the once. And you'll need to complete that before the end of, before week 12 actually. So I guess, as I said before, I encourage you to do that as this trimester starts, probably in the first week or second week. That would probably be ideal. So over here, we've got some frequently asked questions, and you may have some other questions that you may want to ask us at the end of the presentation. So just a few questions here that you may be thinking about. So first of all, there are textbooks that you need to buy. So for some units, there might be ebooks, and there might be hard copy books for other units. You can purchase these books online, or you can borrow them electronically or in hard copy from the Deakin University Library. Now, each week too, we have classes that are recorded. So, for example, in week 1, your teacher will record the class, and then the recording will be put up on the Moodle site in week 2, at the start of week 2. It's a great thing because you can actually go back and have a look at what went on in the class. It's always good to go back and refresh what was going on. And it's also, if at any point, if you do miss a class, and we don't encourage you to do that, we would like you to attend all of your classes. But if for some reason you miss a class, you can go to the recording as well. We require you to have a laptop or a computer with Wi-Fi access to access your Zoom classes, and also a camera also for your Zoom classes too. So how many students are in my class? So up to 30 students will be in your Zoom class. And enrolments, as I mentioned before, enrolments will be opening, we'll be having an enrolment session on the 14th of October. In that session, it will be an information session on how to enroll, and we'll also be enrolling you in that session as well. So all students who have accepted their place will receive an email in regards to how to enrol, and details regarding sessions to assist with your enrolment will take place, as I said, on the 14th of October. What happens in your first class? So in your first class, you will meet your other fellow students. Your teacher will obviously introduce himself or herself, and you'll also see what topics will be undertaken in the 12-week program. We have a 12-week program, and also what assessments will be required during that time. And the final slide I'm going to show you on the next slide is what your trimester looks like. So trimester starts on the 26th of October. Depending on which particular day you enroll in, you will, depending on the unit you do, your unit may not appear on the first day, on the Monday. And the timetable, we run a 12-week timetable, and you'll see that we have some shadings in week 9A. We have a 9A and 9B week. So in week 9A, on the 23rd of December, right through to the 5th of January, that is a trimester break. And we come back on the 6th of January. And you'll see in the very dark green shade, just after week 12, week 13 is our exam week. So that's when you'll be having your online exams in that week. And I think that's about it. So our next slide is any questions that you might have.
Sure. Thank you so much, Jonathan and Jeff, for today's presentation. We do have a couple of questions that did come through. However, most of them have been answered. So if anyone does have any questions that they would like to ask either Jonathan or Jeff, please feel free to put them in the chat. You can put them in anonymously if you don't wish to be named. That's not a problem at all. And we will just allow a couple more minutes to see if any do come through. There was questions which came through in regards to the entry requirement for MQP. Our MQP program is a little bit different in that it is assessed by Deakin University. So the Deakin International Admissions Team are the ones to issue your offer letter. You can still apply if you are an agent through the StudyLink portal. And what will happen is Deakin will package your MQP offer with the master's program. For entry into MQP, students are required to have a bachelor degree, and generally those students that do go into the MQP are perhaps from a Section 2 university, or they could also have not met the academic entry requirement, so the WAM requirement for direct entry into the master's program. So it's really those two, I guess, student profiles that would be looking to commence the MQP program. If a student has only done a diploma program or has done a college or something like that, they wouldn't be eligible to go directly into the MQP. They would need to undertake a bachelor program first. I will just mention as well, while we wait for any questions to come through, that everyone who registered today will receive a PDF copy of today's presentation, as well as a link to the recording. So you can rewatch those or revisit the presentation. And then if you do have any further questions, of course, we're always here to assist with anything that you need. Amazing. Well, it doesn't look like we're getting any more questions coming through. So thank you so much to Jonathan and Jeff for today, and for everyone who has participated. As I said, if you've got any further questions, please feel free to reach out to us at any time.
Thanks all.
That's great. Thanks,
Bye-bye.
everybody.
Thank you.
All the best. Thank you.